And there's another reel tonight, short tonight, I should say. I just needed to rant a little bit. It's kind of an update this time. I am kind of tired from uploading. I've kind of a little burnout right now, but today's just been such a weird day. Okay, so first off in the morning, my payment for Zendeling went on hold because I got sick last time and then it didn't show up. And then actually, funny enough, the 2 weeks before that, I had another appointment and I was also sick for that. And I've just kind of realized that it's kind of like part of it's like I'm getting a lot of anxiety and also like depression is coming back from time to time, and it's always actually to do with my APM appointments, like my employment service appointments, and it's to do with the fact that I think I've had so much trauma in my last 11-year cafe job that I have no longer I can no longer actually really find, I already know I don't really want to go back into being a barista, and I want to do, I enjoy the connection with people and making people smile. So I'm like, okay, I can probably still do front of house work, but I'm really not loving it that much anymore. I just think this is probably why I love the podcast so much. I'm getting that same feeling, but it's in a different environment and I don't feel the same amount of anxiety or stress. It's a different kind of just regular kind of anxiety of I'm a little antisocial. I'm pushing myself, getting out there. But it's so unhealthy. When I show up to employment service appointments, the day before, I'll have a huge amount of anxiety and I'll even kind of start to feel a bit sweaty. And usually after the brief 30-minute talk, and it's usually not even that much about anything, I would leave completely cold sweat, soaking through my shirt. It's crazy. And that also really doesn't help with trying to get sober and stuff. It kind of pushes me a lot harder than I really need to be. It's just not a very healthy thing, I don't think. Anyway, so I talked to a friend and he was mentioning to me, I did that. So I had a stressful morning. I got up and I was productive and it was feeling good because I promised a friend to do a dog portrait for them because their dog had sadly passed away. Beautiful dog, really, really sweet. Sounds really, really incredible. Anyway, I was just starting to sketch it out finally because I've been so busy. I offered it, but I just had taken a bit to get to it. And I did that and I was feeling really good. I was yes, I finally pushed myself to get to it. And I was and it turned out good. And I was I have so many good ideas. Had a chat with, sent them some messages to kind of confirm the last details before I move on. Then I had to deal with the employment services. Then I booked an appointment for tomorrow rather than wait for the next appointment so that I can get my payment back early. But then realized after hanging up that we confirmed that they were booking an appointment for tomorrow, but then they'd never sent me a time. There's no timing and I still don't know. Called back later in the afternoon, and then around that time before that, I waited a bit and I went out to join an event at Rekindle Lounge, which is one of the episodes coming up. Really, really cool place, by the way. Look it up. It's for free. Really, really cool events all the time. Kind of want to keep it under wraps because I feel too many people are already going there, so it's already super popular. I don't really want to be kicked out or squeezed out because there's too many people there. I kind of want to film the rest of the events. Anyway, had a really great time. They had a really cool arts and crafts Thursday. Came home, dealt with the APM, but they were too busy, so called them and then nothing happened. They didn't they couldn't pick up, so then they said leave a name and number. Didn't call back even at the end of the day. Sent them an email as well at one point and they also didn't reply to that. So tomorrow I'm just going to do a GP appointment, try to get a medical exemption kind of record, and then see if I can just show up and then get that sorted, and then have some exemptions so I don't have to look for jobs for a while and really, really focus on the podcast, which is what I'm doing anyway, to be honest. Anyway, and then the shit thing about today was, so there was one event that I was planning on going to, which is regarding solar energy and solar panels and such, and it was a 10-year celebration. I managed to kind of get into it for free, but then because I was sick, I had to reschedule my interview with Soccer to Me. And then scheduled for today, 6 p.m. again. But then I was so tired and burnt out. I was editing and trying to just make some space, make sure I was ready for that interview. Had 3 hours left. So I was I'll take a quick nap for 1 hour. Set alarm, slept through the alarm, woke up at 6:40. At 6:11, he was asking where I was and said we might have to leave it then again. And then he left it. And then obviously I messaged him, apologized frantically. and then still haven't heard back from him because he's obviously busy. I don't think he'd be like completely ignoring me, but I feel so terrible and I don't know how to make it up to him. But I really want to do this interview and I really want to make it up to him. So that completely ruined my day essentially. And then, it did motivate me to kind of get some of the house chores that I've been putting off done, like because I've been so busy, there's been so much stuff piling up and I've been keeping up with other things, but dishes have been like one of the big problems in this household. So I got through like 3/4 of it after like 2 hours of like organizing the kitchen and doing stuff and also cooking dinner and such. So, it was a lot of work. And then like, I actually am like a little sick as well. My throat has been on and off like a little sore and then kind of going back to normal and so I know I'm like a little close to kind of maybe like overworking myself a bit, but I love this, I'm like, I love what I'm doing. I wish there wasn't as many things as distractions. Like employment services, for example, is really, really like, making things a little bit challenging for me mentally and physically. So hopefully I can get that sorted tomorrow. And then the other thing I really want to complain about, and I want to keep things positive generally, but I think it's a healthy thing to be honest about how you feel. And if it's like, objective criticism, it's good to talk about it. And I want to talk about Spotify being like something that like I feel like eventually I might have to drop the platform and move on to something else. Like I have been thinking about it for a long time, but there's no other platforms that really seem to work on the Android phone without glitching, or like having trouble to even sign up. Spotify so far is the only one. The other ones, like better platforms, you have to kind of pay for, and I can't afford that at this stage. But I will probably eventually just focus on YouTube because most people can access YouTube for free and watch a podcast for free. Spotify just one, streaming doesn't pay well. So what's the point of using that service to begin with, right? Apart from listening to music, if like a lot of my favorite artists are on there. But two, they are so inconvenient. On YouTube, you go on, you upload your video, you can go off, you can doom scroll and relax for a bit, you can go off and do more editing, you could do more stuff in the meantime. Spotify, once it's on the website, it glitches heavily and kind of times out if you leave the page for too long. So it's always a risk if you leave the page, and it tends to glitch or have errors and all that. If the file's just a little bit too big, it will also error all the time. It is unable, I just found out today, to schedule past like a month, like the current month. Like I tried to schedule something for season 4 and it's early next week, and it can't even do that. Like it won't go past the 30th. And I was just like, that's so shit. Doesn't even really have like hashtags and all that kind of stuff. I don't think. Anyway, it's a very glitchy. And for like an app that doesn't really pay its like artists and content creators that well, it sure has balls to be like that bad. I'm sorry, I'm just like in a bad mood, so I'm kind of not holding back on my words. But it's just like stuff I thought about for a long time, and I've been very patient about it. And it's just not very popular. Like honestly, I have like point K views of like consistently on YouTube, whereas on Spotify, since I started, I've never had more than like 5 or 7 views like per week even, I think. So it's pretty bad. Anyway, that's pretty much my rant. That's the main thing I really, really want to rant about. Look, there's so many different options coming up. So many opportunities coming up. I'm really, really happy and really excited. And I think season 4 is going to be way busier. I have like 11 episodes already planned out. So, it's cool to be able to schedule things. I also have another thing. Instagram's being really weird. Instagram's being not allowing me to schedule all of a sudden like rules. It says like certain things or certain features make it, so I'm not sure what feature I have switched on that's like not making me able to schedule it anyway. So I'm going to basically be scheduling YouTube reels early, then going and downloading them and then coming back on the day, and then like as episodes launch, just upload them again on the day. Anyway, and the other thing I want to talk about was I tried to reach out with someone with about like HIV undetectable, and it's like the story of how like their boyfriend infected them and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty serious. Anyway, I commented and I said it was a very beautiful story, and I've been like blah blah blah, and I kind of want to talk about this on the channel. And it was really weird. Instagram basically flagged it down. They said like, I don't think this follows the community guidelines, blah blah blah. And I said I want to review it, and I told them that this is because this is for a different reason. I'm trying to like remove stigma, blah blah blah. Then they actually sent back and said, oh, we corrected it, we agree, we think we've made a mistake. But then, like, literally just one day later, I woke up and then they've done the same thing again, even though the review history is still there. So I'm just like, what the hell are you doing, Instagram? So anyway, just a lot of glitches and a lot of errors and a lot of stuff piled up, little things here and there and the bigger things. And I'm pretty like done for the day. Not gonna lie. Hope your day has been better. Um, one of the nice things I do remember from today, if you're the girl that was at the Rekindled Lounge, the three girls that I kind of chatted with while we were making pins, especially the girl who helped me out a lot and said it was nice meeting me at the end and also complimented me about the sunflower badge. It's up there if you want to see that one. Let's see. Can we get it in shot? I think you can see it. Anyway, she said, that one's really cute and I actually think it suits your personality. And I was just like, oh, you don't even know me that much. And I was like, oh my God. And you think like, because like sunflower is like my favorite flower. So anyway, bye.